clase vamos a aprender los verbos AR en el tiempo presente. We're going to learn how to conjugate AR verbs in the present tense. So on the last slide, you divided verbs up into 3/4 groups, and you grouped them, for the most part, by their last two letters. There were verbs that ended in AR, there were verbs that ended in ER, and there were verbs that ended in IR. There was also a group that we called the irregulars, verbs like ser, tener, gustar, lay, the ones we've learned to conjugate already, who have their own special little quirks, their own little Uncle Dave-ness about them. Okay? That's fine, but we don't need to learn a separate chart for every single verb, only for the irregular ones. The majority of verbs, we can just learn a chart and use that for all the ones that are in the same group. So as I mentioned before, AR verbs account for about 70% of all verbs in Spanish. That's a lot of verbs, okay? And what you do if you want to conjugate most AR verbs, if they're not irregular, is the following. You drop the AR. So for example, if we had mirar, we get rid of that AR, and we are left with a stem. This is called a stem, sometimes also called a root, called mir, M-I-R, because that's what's left after I get rid of the AR. And then I add the ending to match my subject. So for yo, I'm going to end with O. And yes, I want you to put the little dash out in front because that shows you it's not by itself, it's the ending. So again, if we go back to our example mir, I would have mir O. I'd have the O on the end, okay? For two, I have as, A-S. So again, can you guess? I would have mir as. For la usted, my ending is a. Stay color coordinated here. A. So my verb would be mira, M-I-R-A. For nosotros, I'd have amos, which would mean I get miramos. For vosotros, I get ais. So I end up with mirais. And for ellos, ellas, ustedes, I get on. To be miran. Okay? So my endings are o, as, a, amos, ais, and on. Okay? You may want to box them or something so you know that the other is just the example if you didn't color code like I did. Okay? Let's do an example with another verb down below. So whenever I ask you to do a chart, the first thing I want you to do is give me the verb and its English translation. So we have hablar here, and you should know that hablar means to talk. It actually means to talk or to speak. Okay? And so what am I going to do? I am going to cross off my AR. And it may actually help you, at least for now, to go through and write that start, that stem, that hablo on all 6 of them. because I get to keep that part for every verb. And then you go through and add your endings. And if you're not sure, just look back at your chart. For yo, we use O. Yo always ends in O. Hablo. Tú hablas. Usted habla. Pause the video. See if you can do the other three real quick on your own. Did you get it? Let's try it. Hablamos. Habláis. And hablan. Very good. If you need more practice or if you still are a little confused, I will leave a few videos and links below as well that you can try. Otherwise, this is all there is to it, and you're going to try your homework using these notes. So, buena suerte, adios.